Hey everybody, I'm here with another Collage Fodder embellishment video, and I'm going to make some autumnal embellishments using our textured mushroom stamps. And I have them already ready to go. I stamped them in black Versafine Clair and then embossed them in clear embossing powder and colored them in with Brushos. And I have them in these cute folders where there is a blog post on the Rubber Dance blog. And I will later pick these as focal images. And I'm also going to use some of these little leaves that I also had already stamped to some jelly prints, and I have some of them left over, and I'm going to use those as well on the Collage Fodder embellishments. I also might use some pieces of old tea bags. I'm not sure at this stage, but maybe I'm going to use some of them. And I'm just starting out by randomly picking a paper and tearing it, and then I have a look through my stash of my papers, what fits the color, and just put these things together. I do not overthink it. I try to work quite quickly because I don't want to take tons of time to create them. But I can already tell you that I had so much fun, just like last time where I made the circles. It was so relaxing and it was so satisfying to see the finished pieces later because you get a bunch of them and they are really nice. Sometimes I tear my edges and sometimes I just cut them with a scissors, and I'm sticking the pieces together with my glue stick. I think I keep it mainly only to 3 pieces of paper, and I put these aside as soon as they are finished, and later I will be back with all of them and I will finish them up with the collage for the mushrooms and leaves, and also make some mark making. I thought about putting kind of a bottom shape to the bottom, but in the end I did not like it, so I just didn't adhere this to the piece. I will keep this part in real time as my whole video isn't too long this time, so I hope it's not boring for you to see me sticking together these paper pieces. In case you want to have this a bit quicker, you can always use that gear in the YouTube settings and speed up the video so it's not as long as the original one. I have different papers here. These are all papers that I already had started with, and I want to get rid of them. And they are jelly prints, back sides of jelly prints, painted book pages, leftover palette papers, all that kind of stuff. I always try to work a little bit complementary. That means I put complementary colors together, and usually when I do this, I do not balance that out. I usually have one dominant color and then a little part of the complementary color, or almost complementary color. Here I have a blue and orange, and on the first one I had some pinks and darks and greens, and I think that makes a piece really pop when you have these color contrasts. These embellishments can be used on art journal pages as a focal point, but they are also really nice on greeting cards, I would say. Maybe on some bigger tags, because the ones I'm doing today are not that small. But of course, I could have done some small ones with the smaller mushrooms, but I just worked a little bit bigger this time. Of course, there is a blog post linked up in the video description, so you can have a look at the finished pieces without a hurry. And you will also find linked up all the products I'm using today. And if you are enjoying the video, it would be really helpful if you leave a comment and of course give it a thumbs up. I used a few more bits on this last one. I really like the dark background. I like that on all of them. There is quite a lot of darks, and that means quite a high contrast in there. And with this, it takes me a while to figure out which bottom I want to add to this piece. Afterwards, when I have a lot of small bits and pieces left over, I usually throw the smaller ones away because you never can use all of these collage bits and pieces up. I think I can definitely not, and sometimes I just throw these tinier bits away because I also want to start new papers and not always use the ones I have already used. I'm now picking my mushrooms and I arrange them on these collage pieces, and I just play and see where I like which mushroom. And once I'm happy with the outcome, I am going to adhere the pieces together. I always try to find contrasts from the background to the mushroom itself, so the piece looks interesting. And I also always look for a cohesive color scheme so that I have the color that is in the mushroom also on the background. Otherwise, it might look a bit odd. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing here. I will lay out the mushrooms just until I'm happy, and then I will glue them on top. I will do the gluing off camera because you don't want to watch that layout part twice, I think. And then I will come back and add some more details and mark making to these pieces. And I think that is my most favorite part. I also like arranging these mushrooms here, but finishing up an almost finished piece is, I think, always my favorite part of the process. By the way, for the mushrooms, I think I recorded a reel and posted this already to my Instagram page, how I colored those in with the Brushos. So you can check that out if you like. It's a really easy technique. You just have the embossed stamped images, and then I'm coloring in the head of the mushroom just with water, and then I sprinkle in a little bit of Brushos, and sometimes I move them around a bit with a brush, but not too much, and this gives the most beautiful results, and it's also done very quickly. I now go through the leaves I had left over, which are our autumn leaves stamped to jelly printed papers in autumn colors, and I just place them behind the mushrooms on the pieces and in the areas where I think they fit the best. I'm now going to glue this together with my tacky glue pen from Craftelier, and then I will be back and we'll be finishing up the pieces with some extra small mushrooms and with some mark making. And here I am back. On these two pieces, that one and this, I adhered a little bit of that tea bag behind the mushrooms. I also have some very tiny mushrooms because they are in this stamp set, and I will now put some of them onto the embellishments because I think that looks quite lovely. I'm also adding some marks with Posca Pens, and I'm picking colors that are matching the whole composition. And I just do some easy mark making, some tiny dots on the background. I'm using paint pens from Posca and also one from Arrtx. I think there should already be a video of the Arrtx markers on my channel, so you can check that out. For this one, I decided to go with only 2 mushrooms because I felt nothing did really match. Usually I prefer odd numbers, but I think that one is as good as it is. I have already used this piece you can see here on an art journal page, and I think that video should come out quite soon. I have not in mind which videos I already scheduled and which not, but it will come soon. This is the last one for today. As I said, there are close-up images of each of them over on my blog, and there's a link in the video description. Here's an overview on the ones I have made today. I hope you enjoyed this video and you are inspired, and hopefully we will see us next time. Bye!